know what's scarier, the fact that I'm about to try to put out 12 videos in 12 days, or that there's 12 days till Christmas. Anyways, welcome to the first of the 12 days of Christmas. So I got this idea. One, you see 12 days of Christmas like everywhere, but it's typically in relation to gifts or giveaways or discounts and deals and things like that. And I wanted to do the 12 days of Christmas with 12 fun Christmas activities that you can do while social distancing or quarantining. For some of us, we are going to be seeing family this holiday, which we are, and we have made the decision to isolate for the next, or quarantine, I should say, for the next 2 weeks in order to be able to see our family on Christmas Day. And doing that means that we can't enjoy some of our favorite holiday activities because it wouldn't be safe for us to do so. So I have come up with 12 Christmas-related activities that you can do while socially distancing or within your home, so you still get to feel the spirit of the season without having to put yourself at risk. So first one is actually something that I have done most of my life, and it's always been a fun tradition that we have had as a family, and that is to drive around looking at Christmas lights. So when we were little, we used to fill up a thermos. Does anybody remember thermoses? Do they even still make those? We used to fill up a thermos with hot chocolate. We'd sit in the back of the car. My parents had an SUV, so we would get to sit like in the way back, like not wearing seatbelts because it was the 90s. Didn't matter. So we would get to sit in the way back of the car. We'd have thermoses of hot chocolate, and we would just drive around the whole city through all the different neighborhoods looking at lights. And this was really before neighborhoods put on like big light displays. And it was so much fun. But it's a great socially distanced, also quarantined activity. So if you were trying to not even go to the store during this period or things like that, this is great because you'll get in your car and you'll just drive around. So today I am going to show you how to make a homemade hot chocolate recipe with a homemade whipped cream. So the packets at the store are great, but I like making my own. One, you can control what goes in it to make it to your personal taste. And two, I think it tastes better, truthfully. And it's super simple. Like, it's not hard. It's likely things you already have at home. So no sense in spending money on the packets when you already have everything at home to make it. So I'm going to start by showing you guys how to make homemade whipped cream. Once you make whipped cream homemade, you will never buy the store-bought stuff again. It's super quick, super easy, super simple, and it tastes so much better. So incredibly simple. What I've got here is metal mixing bowl, hand mixer. I have half a cup of heavy whipping cream, and then about a half a tablespoon of powdered sugar and some vanilla extract. So keep in mind, what's nice about this as well is you can scale the recipe up and down based on the number of people that you have. You can also control how much sugar is going in it so you can make it to your personal taste level. You can also add things like peppermint extract if you want to flavor it, food coloring if you want to make it, fun colors, all sorts of things like that. Keep in mind, if you are following a low carb diet this time of year, you can also substitute powdered sugar for a powdered, like erythritol, like Swerve or something like that, or a powdered monk fruit. That's actually what this is. This is confectioner Swerve, because we are trying to stay low carb until like Christmas Eve. Fingers crossed we make it there. But you can use this, to fit your dietary needs. I will say, if you are dairy free, you can also do this using coconut milk, 100% coconut milk, not the low fat stuff, the 100% fat coconut milk. You can also do this same thing. So I'm going to start. I've got half a cup of heavy whipping cream going in my mixing bowl. I'm going to put my mixer on the highest setting, and beat this until steep peaks start to form. So I'll show you in just a second. Let me show this to you. Can you see that? So you want it to look about like that. So you want to beat it on the highest setting, and you want to just, you saw my hand going, it's sort of spinning it around. What you're trying to do is just whip a bunch of air into the cream, and it's whipped cream. So you wanted to get it like that before you add anything else. So now that I've got that whipped, I'm going to add the powdered swerve and a little bit of vanilla extract. I mean, maybe like half a capful. I didn't really measure. And again, you can change this to like fit your personal taste. So now I'm going to beat it one more time to incorporate those ingredients. And all I'm doing was just giving it a quick mix to incorporate it. So again, see, about like that. So let me grab a spoon. There we go. And give this a quick little taste. Perfect. So that is exactly to my taste. It's not super sweet, and it's got just a hint of vanilla to add a little bit of flavor to it. So this is done. This is going to go in the refrigerator to chill until I'm done with my hot chocolate. So next up, we are going to make the hot chocolate. Okay, so now it is time to work on our hot chocolate. So just like with the whipped cream, I think once you make it homemade the first time, you will never buy store-bought again. Also, you can customize this recipe to meet your personal taste or your dietary needs, whatever those are. Like I mentioned in the beginning, we are trying to stay pretty low carb up until Christmas Eve. I'm gonna make a low carb one today. I'm gonna put the full recipe in the description of this video, but I'm also gonna have the alternative. So really, homemade hot chocolate is a plug and play kind of thing. Plug in your preferred ingredients and you're good to go. So what I'm going to start with, this is going to make one serving. So multiply accordingly based on how many servings you're looking to make. 1 cup of milk. What I have used is a mix of heavy cream and unsweetened almond milk. So I've done 2/3 of a cup of unsweetened almond milk and 1/3 a cup of heavy cream. And the reason I am doing this is to give just a little bit more body. I like a super creamy hot chocolate, and certainly do a whole cup of almond milk. You could do coconut milk, you could do regular milk, you could do macadamia milk, whatever kind of milk you prefer, do that. So I've got the cup of milk in my saucepan here. I'm going to put this on the stove and get it hot, and then we'll move on to the next step. All right, so I have brought my 2 milks to a low simmer over on the stove. Once they were simmering good and hot, I'm going to pull it off and add, this is 1.5 tablespoons of Hershey's cacao powder. And I use the special dark because I like mine really rich and creamy. And then also a 1/2 tablespoon of, again, I have used swerve, so powdered swerve. You can use regular sugar, you could use agave, you can use honey, whatever your sweetener of choice is. And I have chosen these ratios based on my personal taste. I like a hot chocolate that is a little bit richer, so I have used the special dark cocoa powder, but you could certainly use the regular if that is your taste. You can also adjust how much you are putting in based on how much you like. So I have added that in and just whisked it until it is combined. I'm going to add a little pinch of sea salt because that is the key to sweet things, a little bit of salt. So that's your basic recipe right there. It is all mixed together, a little bit more. It's all mixed together. You could certainly leave it like that, or this is where you could have a little fun. I'm going to actually add a few little sprinkles of cinnamon to mine today. You could add, if you like a little spice to it, you could add a little bit of cayenne. I think that would be really nice to complement the sweetness. You could also add, again, some peppermint extract if you want to do a little peppermint hot cocoa. So now that that is done, I'm gonna pour it in my Yeti since we are headed out in the car to go look at Christmas lights. So I've got my hot cocoa in there. And oh, let me grab my whipped cream. Whipped cream, pull it out of the fridge. I like a good little dollop of whipped cream on mine, so I'm just gonna take a big old spoonful, pop it right on top. Good to go. Add my lid, and that's it. That is a simple homemade hot chocolate whipped cream, perfect for riding around in the car this holiday season to go look at Christmas lights, and really fun, socially distanced Christmas activity that you can do to still feel the spirit. Again, the recipe for this will be in the description below. For both the whipped cream and the hot chocolate, and don't forget the hot chocolate. We'll also have the substitutions that you can make since it is a plug-and-play kind of recipe. So that's that. Happy first day of Christmas. I know it's not a partridge in a pear tree, but I think it's better. So there's that. I will see you guys tomorrow with the second day of Christmas, which should be equally as fun. Okay, friends. As I'm sitting here eating this, I remember one tip I forgot to share with you. When you are mixing your whipped cream, as soon as it starts to get really firm and those peaks start to form and it gets thick, stop beating it. Over beating, if you've ever had whipped cream that you feel like coats the roof of your mouth and it's like filmy kind of feeling, you beat it too much. So as soon as it